It's time for another episode of The Oil Stream with Dustin Nielsen and Tom Gazzola, presented by Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Oil Stream. Nielsen and Gazzola with you once again at Boston Pizza. We are at the Terwillegar location of Boston Pizza, and we're excited to do our final episode, really, of 2022, and we're here at BP's.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out to Wade and Lori back there.
Yeah, they're big fans. Yeah.
Big fans. They like Inside the Numbers. That's their
good.
favorite part of the show.
Yeah, they're. I don't want to say they're gambling degens, but they say they follow me for a lot of betting info, and I usually don't lead them astray.
They, like many of us, like to make a buck or two on the side, a little hustle on the side, and they say that we've led them to some prosperous times.
With that being said, Leon Draisaitl over 1.5 points last night did not pan out. So that one's on me. That one's on me as a minus 104. I should have known better.
I blame Ken Holland.
Well, of course you do. Yeah. We blame Ken Holland for everything.
Yeah.
All right. So, yes, we are here at Boston Pizza. We'll have more live on locations at Boston Pizza in the new year as well. If you're in the Terwillegar area, you already know about this Boston Pizza here, but you can come by, swing by in the lounge over the holiday season. As always, the Oil Stream is presented to you by our wonderful partners at Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen. Been open in the mall for about a month now as well, and I honestly really want to see somebody put a Popeye's chicken sandwich under the Christmas tree this year, right? Because you can heat it up. You can heat it up in the morning. You can have it for lunch on Christmas Day. I think that would be great.
Yeah.
Or you score DoorDash, skip the dishes. I mean, make it happen. It's minus 31 right now.
The perfect day for that. Yeah. Maybe a few extra shekels for your driver for the effort, because
how much more do you tip when it's minus 31? Let's say you regularly tip 15%, 20%. Let's say 20%.
Extra buck or two, like that adds up for them, right?
I guess.
Unless
I feel like
you're
that's not that
like
much.
In the spirit of the season, you throw
25%,
extra 5 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
5%. Do an extra 5%. It's minus 31.
It is,
and you're too lazy to make something. So you should be able to to do that.
Yeah, cost. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, so we've got that. If you want to pick up some Popeyes, they're at like almost 24 locations now. Totally been growing, and they've been on board with us for about 2-3 years now. So huge shout out, Merry Christmas to Furby and the crew over at Popeyes. And it is minus 31. Like I mentioned, we're here at Boston Pizza. Nobody would be crazy enough to come out and join us tonight.
No, you'd have to be a real idiot to show up. And they brought a Sharpie, this person that we're referencing.
Joaquin Gage popped by for a visit. He's 4 hours with me this morning on the Nielsen Show. And Gage, we don't have a mic, but slide on over here so we can have proof.
We have to get Gager on to chat a little bit as well. There he is.
Yeah, there he is. Joaquin Gage is
this
here.
The location that has your old photo on here? Oh,
yeah.
Oh, boy. It's probably in storage
We'll
somewhere.
get Gager on here in a second to talk about Skinner. You can snag your headset there or whatever, and we'll make that happen. Cheers, Tommy. Cheers to Christmas. 'Tis the season.
What a year it's been.
Oh, it's been a great year. And thanks for everybody for downloading the podcast, watching the live stream, watching on the YouTube channel. It means a lot. Yep. It really does. So, all right, before we get to Skinner, though, let's start. The Oilers have lost 3 in a row here, Tommy Gazzola, and they get Dallas. Not an easy matchup either coming up. I mean, you can look at it different ways. This goalie played well here, and, bad shift in overtime here and all that stuff. But the bottom line is if you include the shootout goal, which you don't. But still, the last 3 games, they've allowed 4 goals per game. That's it. That's always the story. Whenever this team struggles, it's not because they're losing games 2-1. Like, that doesn't happen. They're allowing goals again at a rate that had been dialed back a little bit when you're against Arizona and stuff like that. And I know, listening to, on our show, in my show, and you'll be in on my show for the next couple of weeks, and, this podcast, other podcasts, other shows in the city. I always talk about, what about this guy? Bottom line is the team needs to defend better. It's the same story for the last 3 years.
Right. And this year, they cleaned it up when Jay Woodcroft came in mid-February last year.
Last year they did.
The backtracking and through the neutral zone, and then just attention to detail went way up, and look at the success that the team had. This year, basically since training camp and preseason, it's just been a tire fire in their zone. And I know, there are people that just want to say it's the defense. Look at what Ken Holland has on the blue line. Well, it's the forwards, too. Honestly, they lose lose face-offs that immediately lead to goals. We saw that again yesterday in the game against Nashville. It's been happening for basically the entirety of the season. Yes, there's times where they haven't gotten saves from, more often than not, Jack Campbell, but Stuart Skinner's had a few moments here and there as well. It's frustrating. And to those that suggest that They need depth scoring. The third and fourth line need to provide more offense. Why? They're the third
They
highest
don't
scoring
need
team
to.
in
Yeah,
the league.
exactly.
How much more do you want?
It's the issue.
You got to
Like-
not allow the third or fourth most in the league the other way. It's clearly the issue, and I still maintain, and there's people that might, and I know there's people that are like, you're an idiot, you don't know what you're talking about. It's between their ears for these guys. Like, it just doesn't click. And when it does click and they understand what their role is defensively, they've shown us they're more than capable. It got them to a conference final. That's very frustrating. And we look for solutions. Fans always look for solutions. And I feel like it's simple. It's these guys need to engage mentally.
Yeah,
And
100%.
sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Yeah, 100%. That's what it is. They need to focus on being better defensively. They've got the players that should be able to do it because we've seen the majority of them do it in the past under this same coach. And, yes, they need to acquire a defenseman at some point. We get that. They don't need to acquire a forward. They've got two guys coming back here eventually in McLeod and Kane. All of a sudden, that forward group's pretty darn deep again because you've had guys that weren't even around before that have been elevated. And, you can get a little bit of something from Costin every once in a while. You can maybe get – I don't know what the deal is with Janmark. I mean, he's playing 15 minutes a night. Doesn't do much.
No.
But, these are guys now that you know that you can – like, their forward group is fine. Their forward group is a Stanley Cup caliber forward group. That's not the issue. It never has been.
No, it's defending. It's so sad. And getting those saves. And Stuart Skinner has done a good job of giving them those saves. Jack Campbell, not so much, obviously. Yeah, we're back to talking about team
I know.
defense.
It's the same thing. I mean, that's the story. It always will be the story. And if they lose in the playoffs, that will be the story as well. Yeah. Now, this all kind of ties in. It's your Boston Pizza appetizer right here, and we're live at the Terwillegar Boston Pizza. The restaurant's doing pretty good. In fact, the lounge. Look at the lounge. We got people behind us in the lounge. It's great. This location's always busy. I'd have to think it's one of the top 5 or 10. You've never been here before?
No, I live in downtown. I grew up on the north side.
Can't go slumming in the burbs, eh?
I drove on roads today that I didn't even know existed in this city.
You grew up here. You're like 30. How old are you? 36?
37, man.
37.
Yeah.
You drove on roads today you've never driven on before?
Belgravia Road. Wow.
You've never driven on Belgravia Road?
Beautiful.
Wow.
It was beautiful.
It wouldn't surprise me because you did pass on Christmas Vacation with the first overall pick in a Christmas
Hang on. I don't like that film.
It's a horrible take. Anyway, I want to get to this because we've gone there 2 or 3 times already on the Oil Stream this year, and it is what is the identity of the Edmonton Oilers here. They're closing in on Christmas, and the identity of the Edmonton Oilers is a very average team with an amazing power play. Tell me I'm wrong.
All offense, no defense, baby. All offense,
pretty much,
no
right?
defense. And 5-on-5 offensively, I know they looked like they were stuck in muck for a lot of the game yesterday in Nashville. And Nashville did a good job of, fixing the mistakes that they had made a week prior. Good for them, and stretching out the Oilers' defense with those long passes. That really well against Edmonton. Now there's a bit of a template for other teams. Let's see Dallas try it tomorrow night. But, yeah, all offense, no defense. Wing it, kind of make it up as you go along. That's what this Oilers team is, at least in my opinion, at this point.
There are some numbers that jump out that we'll get to inside the numbers for Cool Bet. We'll go there a little bit later on. Let's throw Gager on the headset
in here,
Come
Joaquin.
here, Gager. Get over here, buddy.
Get in here, Gage.
Joaquin Gage, Nielsen Show beauty lister. You'll see this guy. If he's gonna, as soon as he sets on the screen, you got to pay us $9.99 a month.
Whoa.
Just like on Oilers Plus. Not you, Gage. Everybody watching. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Everybody watching. Yeah.
I actually got a guy say that he got the subscription because of me.
God. I love hearing that.
Yeah,
I love hearing that.
There's only one, but whatever.
I like your puffy jacket.
Oh, this is.
I'd chirp you if it wasn't
man.
minus 31 right through those doors.
I'd be sweating bullets.
Yeah,
This thing. Yeah, I haven't taken this thing off since this morning. I don't think.
You mentioned it on my show this morning that you live in Terwillegar, so thank you for coming out. But you mentioned you used to hang out here because your picture and the team picture is on the wall and you awkwardly stand underneath it.
I did. Yeah, I did. And it's funny because my buddy Dave Cooper, first rounder to the Buffalo Sabres, he used to come here a lot too. He still does come here, but I would go stand there and he would introduce me as.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
You had a guy setting you up?
But there's actually an establishment across the street where
The Bend?
When I first was with the Oilers, that's where Doug Waite and
they would all hang out at the Bend?
They would all hang out at the Bend.
Really?
Yeah. That's Gator and Ethan Morrow. All those guys just closed that place all the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was telling Tommy and some listeners here earlier, I haven't been to the Bend since we had like 4 of us from our hockey team went there one night after a game on a Friday. It was like a thing. We were planning it. We go up, having a really good time. But I didn't know this. Right as we left like the dressing room, my brother-in-law, who wasn't coming, he goes, hey, just a heads up, if you've never been out with the Mikester before, he tends to cause some issues. And I was like, well, how big of issues? Like, what are we talking about? He goes, well, just saying. So we're having a good time over at the Bend there, and sure enough, after it was shots. Like the Mikester couldn't do shots, and I was like, I don't believe it. Let's get the Mikester some shots. So Mikester's having some shots. Next thing I know, like I'm not kidding, every person in the bar wants to kick the shit out of the Mikester. So he told us one time at hockey, we're sitting in hockey, and we were talking about going on helicopters and stuff, and he goes, yeah, you know, the only time I've been in a helicopter is when I got shivved in prison and they had to fly me to the hospital. I was like, I didn't even know you were in prison. And he goes, yeah. So I mean, the Mikester's quite the character. So anyway, he's outside at the Bend, and I mean, he's not my friend, but he's on the team, so I'm trying to look after him, and everybody wants to kick the shit out of him, and he's encouraging it. Like, they're beating. He keeps going back in. They pop him again, gets back up. So finally, I called the cops. I was like, you got to come take care of this guy. Like, he can't be here anymore. These guys are going to kill him. So I'm standing outside. People are still going at him, and I'm just watching at this point. And some guy standing next to me goes, hey, Dusty, love the show. I was just like, oh man, no. I can't be out here with you. Like, this is a disaster. So that was probably 5-6 years ago. I haven't been back to the Bend since, but I really like that place. We had a great time that night before the Mikester went nuts.
There's karaoke and nights and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's a good place to watch the game, too.
It's a neighborhood pub.
Yeah.
That is a neighborhood pub. Yeah. It's great. Just across the street here as well. Of course, we're in the Boston Pizza Lounge where I've never had one of my buddies get the crap kicked out of him before, so that's a really nice thing. Gager Stuart Skinner, 3-year deal. This is one of those ones where, to me, I mean, maybe even by the end of this year, when you look at his year-end stats, and the deal doesn't even kick in until next year, I mean, 2.6 could pretty much be a bargain for 3 years here.
Oh, yeah, it's looking like a really good bargain right now. I mean, we've talked about it before, Dusty, just to keep that kind of goalie salary cap under $8 million for any team. That's really good. And I know, like, Jack Campbell hasn't been great this year. He wasn't terrible last night. Like, did make some saves.
He was just okay.
He was okay. Yeah, we haven't seen a dominating performance.
Well, we were texting last night. I said, even when Campbell makes good saves, he's still scrambling. You know, like that pad save he made. He reminds me of like a smaller Mike Smith sometimes. He really does. Like,
yeah, I think that comes from a bit just not feeling comfortable, too. Because usually he's a little bit more robotic with his movements, more like Skinner does. He's a little bit more fluid, I think, in his game. But, yeah, I love the deal. I think it solidifies that position for the next few years, at least for the Edmonton Oilers.
From what you've seen from Skinner so far, and I'm not going to put it on him just yet, but do you think he could be a goaltender that you could ride to a Stanley Cup championship?
Oh, we won't know that for a while. Skinner's in a great spot because he's not supposed to be the guy yet.
Yeah, right? So anything he does is a bonus.
Yeah, so nice. Everything is gravy right now for Skinner. And having Jack Campbell as that safety valve, he knows he's not supposed to be the guy yet. So once you have to be the guy, it's a different mindset right now. And then you have someone pushing up usually behind you and trying to get that time. So he's just a young gunslinger goaltender doing what he should. And thank God he has, because I don't think the Oilers wouldn't be in 8th spot without him.
No, and that's the thing. They're only in 8th spot, and it's because of his play so far. It's been big. And the one thing he does have going for him is that enough people have already turned on Jack Campbell that Skinner will always be the darling. You know what I mean? Like, I think that'll help Skinner moving forward unless Campbell goes on a pretty good run. So, Gager, thanks for popping by, buddy. We'll throw Tommy back in here, and then we'll stick around. You got to get a beverage. We got to get this guy a drink over here.
Free drinks.
Yeah. Well, hey, if the drinks are on the oil stream tonight,
maybe.
Yeah. And dinner as well, Gager.
Hey,
we haven't eaten yet, so that's
I like
good.
that guy.
Yeah, Joaquin Gage.
What's his name again?
Joaquin Gage.
Oh, don't.
Joa Queen Gage, I do believe.
What a beauty.
All right, so a couple other things we want to get to. We got some Christmas gifts that we're going to dish out for the Oilers in just a second.
Yes.
But I wanted to get to this, inside the numbers for Cool Bet Canada. I wrote these down a little bit. I did some research. Usually I just wing these things, but I did a little bit of research tonight. And this is not a bet. I mean, if you want to bet on tomorrow's game, Oilers and Stars, you can obviously find that at Cool Bet. Listen to Low Tide today on my way home. He thinks Dallas is going to win that hockey game. So Low Tide is saying that the Dallas Stars would be the bet tomorrow night. But here's inside the numbers for me. So we hear it after every year, and we hear it in the preseason. McDavid and Draisaitl saying it's not about stats. It's about winning a Stanley Cup. Okay? Sure. Well, I got one stat that's going to have to change if they're going to win a Stanley Cup. Okay, Leon Draisaitl right now is third highest in the league in turnovers per time on ice. So this isn't well, he turns it over more. This is per 60.
Yeah.
All right, so the turnovers per 60, 4.26. It's third in the league. Now, there are other guys up there. Pasternak's up there. McDavid's at 18th. I turns the puck over half a time less per game than Leon Draisaitl. But then you go further down. Hyman is less than a turnover per game. Nuge is less than a turnover per game. Those guys are playing 20 minutes a night.
Yes.
Sebastian Aho is under 1.5 turnovers per 60. Kirill Kaprizov, who has the puck on his stick all the time, is 1.51. Leon Draisaitl's 4.26. These guys need to realize that you have to look after the puck. Until they're not turning the puck over at that high of rate, man, we always talk about 5 on 5 these last 3 losses. That top line's been outscored 4-0. Did Gregor not say that today? I thought I heard Gregor say they've been outscored 4-0.
Yes.
They have to look after the puck better. Leon Draisaitl can't be third in the league in turnovers because he's making risky plays offensively. If you're going to sit here at the beginning of every year and say stats and individual points and awards don't matter anymore, we want to win the Stanley Cup. Well, if you want to win the Stanley Cup, you need to skate harder defensively than you do offensively. You know what I mean? Like, and you can't turn over the puck at the third highest rate in the league. That has to be dialed in.
That's more high risk, no reward so far this season.
Yeah.
And we've seen like so many egregious backhand passes by him at both blue lines that have led directly to goals. He's better than that. He has been in the past. That's a guy that should and probably will clean it up. I'm assuming.
Well, he has to.
Benefit of the doubt.
He has to. I mean,
He's capable.
The puck's on your stick a lot, but that doesn't mean you can turn it over. Like, look after the puck.
Yeah.
It's that simple. Yeah, so that one blew me away.
You are the next coach of the team if it doesn't work.
Well, no, I'm an analytical darling here.
No,
right?
I know.
look up these. I didn't even know where to look this up. I had to Google it today. I was, I guess
fantastic.
natural stat trick. You can find all that stuff. So I
How
found
about
it.
that?
But he's on the ice a lot. I get it.
Yep.
But so are Nuge and so are Hyman with this team, and he's turning the puck over 4 times as many times as those guys are.
This year, it's been very glaring, like compared to years previous, and he just keeps going back to the well, and it keeps blowing up in his face.
All right, well, let's talk about this then.
Sure.
You split them up against Dallas. What do you do against
100%.
Dallas?
That's a good team. Tops in the Central. Like, you're not going to be. You've blown 3 games right now. You've struggled to win, or you haven't won convincingly against bad opposition or teams perceived to be lesser than you.
And your line is 0-4, 0-for-4.
Yeah.
In 5-on-5 scoring.
This is the perfect opportunity to get the blender out, create more balance in the lineup, and then try to attack Dallas in waves. I know they're a formidable team. They've got great goaltending, but this is where I think you probably need to dip into and create some depth and some balance, and no more stacking up that top line. Nice it is.
I think I said it on the oil stream. I know I said it on my radio show. I would have split them up before Arizona. That was just a classic points night. Go out there and crush these guys. I think that would have been a window.
That Arizona game, though, it seemed like they were worried that it might not go their way.
Oh, but that's very concerning.
I know.
You know, like, that's the worst part.
Stuart Skinner started that
Yeah,
game.
I know. And he started the game against the Ducks.
Yeah.
That doesn't make a lot of sense to me either.
No.
I don't know why Jack Campbell didn't get that start against the Anaheim Ducks.
I think it's concern, trust, lack of trust.
Well, that is a concern. Yeah, no, that would be a concern. So there you go. Inside the numbers for Cool Bet. It's our final episode of 2022. The Leon Draisaitl turnover rate has to come down. He can't be at 4.26 when McDavid's at, what's McDavid at? 3.4, I think. Not great. Mm-hmm. No, McDavid's at 2.81. So Draisaitl's a turnover and a half more per 60 than Connor McDavid, and 3 times as much as Nuge and Hyman. So look after the puck. That's comes back to the commitment of playing smarter and not always playing for the offense, which the team, they're going to get eliminated in the playoffs because they can't defend properly as a team. That's as simple as that. All right, the Christmas gifts. Tommy, we said we'd get Christmas gifts for 3 Oilers players.
Yeah.
A bonus gift before we get into this. Zach Hyman can have whatever he wants for Christmas.
Yeah, he can.
Zach Hyman can do no wrong. He works hard every single night.
Yeah.
He's sound defensively. He looks after the puck. He goes to the net. Zach Hyman can have whatever he wants for Christmas.
Pick whatever you want, Zach Hyman. Job well done. Arrow up.
I want Evander Kane to take Zach Hyman on a shopping spree for Christmas presents. That's what he deserves.
I feel like Zach Hyman would be very modest with that. He'd be like, well, I could use a new pair of shorts maybe for golf.
Yeah,
and that's
pretty
it.
much. And a belt.
And a belt.
And let's
Yeah.
donate the rest to charity.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how
the
he would be.
proceeds from whatever you're going to
Yeah.
give me can go to charity.
Yeah.
Not a Scotty Cameron putter.
No.
And then a helicopter ride to
No.
Vegas or something like that. No,
Not
he'd
Zach
be like,
Hyman.
just a pair of shorts for golf,
Yeah.
and I'm good.
All right, so Zach Hyman can have whatever he wants.
Yeah.
What else you got for Christmas this
All
year?
right, let's go to Jack Campbell.
I have a Jack Campbell present as well.
Oh,
so
do you
this
want
is
me to
great.
hold off
No,
on
no,
this?
no. Let's do
Oh,
it
okay.
together. What are you going to get him?
I will give him the book The Secret,
Okay.
all about putting in positive vibes to
Wow.
the universe.
Okay.
I know he's a guy, he walks his cat, he's very methodical,
Wait a second.
thoughtful guy.
He walks his cat?
Yeah, that's the thing. When I was talking to the guys
Like
from
he
Toronto,
takes the cat outside on a leash?
on a leash. That's cool, whatever. Yeah.
Oh,
Gager likes it.
Start Skinner.
When I was talking to the boys that covered him in Toronto over the last couple of years, they're like, he's a great guy. He walks his cat, don't know why, but he does. It's all good. I was like, cool. And
All right,
he's
so
a
you're going to
very
get
nice
him a
guy.
book. You're going to get him a book.
The
All right.
Secret, and it's all about putting out positive vibes, positive thinking, and then you put it out there, the universe gives it back.
Mm-hmm.
If maybe that's true, but if it just helps you get in the right mindset, build up that confidence. Hey, you want to stop pucks? Think about stopping pucks, put it out there, and then it'll happen because the universe makes it happen.
And my gift to Jack Campbell this year, it'll be something like this. Remember that neuralizer from Men in Black?
Oh yeah.
Where you just instantly forget everything that just happened? I just neuralize him after every bad start.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah,
That's a
take
great
it back
gift.
to like his last good start.
Yeah.
And then it's it's all calm and cool.
You
so.
were 31-9-3.
Yeah. I'd also give
Or
him
6.
I'd also give him a team in front that covers open guys.
Oh,
that
yeah.
would also help. All
What's
right,
that?
what else you got? Who else you going with?
Okay, let's go to Jesse Puljujärvi.
I also have a gift for
Oh,
Jesse Puljujärvi.
no.
If you also have a gift for Darnell Nurse.
No, I
Okay,
don't.
I got
No,
a nurse
don't.
gift.
For
Yeah,
Jesse,
I got a nurse gift.
Like, do I just for Jesse Puljujärvi, like,
Careful what you say.
yeah, no, I know he's a
No,
sweetheart,
go ahead.
good
What do you
guy. Helmet that fits.
Oh, about time.
Yeah,
Like, you cannot
let's just go
customize
simple.
a helmet that fits.
Yeah, his stick is golden. Gregor's Bane,
Yeah.
nobody, that's untouchable. So a helmet that fits, custom made perhaps, and then maybe that just helps him. One less thing to worry about when he's on the ice.
Yeah, I've got a string to attach the puck to his stick.
That'd be
so that
great.
when he bobbles it, he still has control of it.
Oh,
I think that would be
fantastic.
great. And then you can literally say, yes, he's got a puck on a string. And he actually,
Literally.
it is. It's just hanging on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's go a string to keep the puck on his stick. And then, all right, final Christmas gift for Northern. Where are you going?
Okay, for Darnell Nurse.
Oh, you do have Darnell Nurse.
Oh, do you want me to switch it up?
No, I have
okay.
Darnell Nurse, too. We picked the same 3 players, which says
Shoot.
something.
Okay,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a theme here.
Yeah.
I would just give him like Rock'em Sock'em, the whole set. Just watch this and just go out there and try to do the same thing. Watch 1 through 27, whatever it is, and forget about what you have done this year, and just go out there and remember that playing is fun. Keep it simple, and you're the kind of guy that can dump a guy into the bench. You're the kind of guy that can blow up a pane of glass. You're the kind of guy that can score a nice goal. He's done
You're
it
the kind
before.
of guy who can fight Craig Cox. You
Yeah.
know, like from
Yeah.
those Rock'em Sock'em
Yeah.
videos?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And Tony Tanti.
Oh, nobody's going to fight Tony Tanti.
Tony Tanti.
All right, and my gift for Darnell Nurse will be a custom set made of braces for his legs that stop him from going down on the ice.
Oh.
It would limit him from going down on a knee
Yeah.
or laying on his belly. I don't know what
Yeah.
the brace setup is,
Yeah.
but he can't physically put his body down closer to the ice. Has to stay up on his feet.
I don't know why he's going down. I don't know why.
It can't be coached that way, right? That's just like, I don't get it.
Yeah, Rock'em Sock'em Volume 1 through 27 or whatever it is. You just remember the love of the game.
It ties in nicely because nowhere in 20 Rock'em Sock'em movies did you see somebody laying down on the ice.
Unless they got
But
absolutely pulverized.
chosen wise, like on their own. Yeah, a lot of guys were knocked
Choosing
down.
to, yeah.
But that's it. So, all right, there we go. That's your Christmas presents for the Oilers. If you're watching on Twitter or on the live stream over on YouTube and you want to chime in or hit us up on Twitter, you can do that as well. And that's our final episode until the new year. I am heading off to the Spengler, and the times don't work, and we just can't do one. So Tommy will have a lot of Oilers talk on the Nielsen Show, which will be good. You and the Experience, Jeffrey Walker.
I love how he has different names on different shows.
Yeah.
He's the post-game ranger on the post-game
Ranger.
show.
We call him the Experience.
Yeah, he's an Experience.
He was rattled today because nobody drafted Porky Pig's
He tried texting
Blue
me.
Christmas or whatever. Yeah.
I hate that song.
You know what? When he said that today, I looked at him. I kind of saw a little Porky Pig in him. Yeah. I was just like, yeah, you kind of looks. I get it now. I kind of get it. So Merry Christmas to Walks too. Those will be some fun shows.
Yeah.
Gager, thanks for popping by, buddy. Merry Christmas to you as well. And thank you, of course, to Popeyes, who's been on with us since the very beginning of the oil stream. I'm not even really kidding. I mean, get some Popeyes, delicious chicken. During the holidays.
Yeah, I got some for Gregor last week.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, what side do you want? He's like, I don't know. Pick one for me. Mac and cheese. Only ate half of it. Fork still sitting in it, right on the counter.
That's a Christmas disappointment. That's what that is.
Devoured the nugs.
Of course.
And the sandwich.
Of course you're going to devour the nugs. They're delicious.
Yeah.
Also, thanks to CoolBet for hopping on board this year with the Oil Stream as well. And, of course, our great new relationship with the fine folks at Boston Pizza. We're here at Terwillegar tonight. Great setup here as well. I got some folks in behind us enjoying things. If you want to watch the Edmonton Oilers against the Dallas Stars or any of the upcoming games over the holidays, you can do it at all of your local Boston Pizza lounges. So go check that out as well. Tommy, a Merry Christmas to you, buddy.
Merry Christmas, Dusty.
Cheers one more time.
Cheers to 2023.
They said they've got a smoked ham and chicken stromboli sandwich waiting for me back there. So it's truly a Christmas miracle.
Unprompted.
Yeah.
They said, we've got one for you.
Yeah, this is like what that, who was that, Tiny Tim? This is what he felt like. Is that how that movie worked?
I don't know. What movie is that? Is it Vegas Vacation?
Gager, what movie was Tiny Tim in again? Christmas Carol.
No, don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
Christmas
know that
Carol.
one.
In the end,
Vacation.
Scrooge gets scared and all that stuff, and then Tiny Tim gets a smoked ham and chicken stromboli sandwich for Christmas.
From Boston Pizza.
It's great from Boston Pizza.
Wow.
All right, that's going to do it for another episode of the Oil Stream. Tommy, take us out one last time this year here, buddy.
All right. This is for all the influencers out there. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. You know we appreciate you. And smash that thumbs up button. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Thank you for tuning into the Oil Stream this year. We'll see you in 2023.